Our Better Business Bureau helped us avoid losing thousands of dollars to a loan modification scam.
My BBB helped me find a mechanic I can trust.
My BBB helped our company show support for high ethical standards in the communities we serve.
My BBB helped boost my company's online presence and brought in new customers.
Find out what your BBB can do for you at www.bbb.org.
The College Now Resource Center is here to help adult learners and traditional students achieve their educational goals. 65% of open jobs in Ohio require higher education, but only 39% of adults have at least an associate's degree.
I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. College Now opened so many doors for me and helped me through the process.
College Now provides free counseling on college planning, career training, financial aid, and student loan consolidation. It's never too late to take control of your future, so stop into the College Now Resource Center today.
Thanks for tuning in to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. Mayor Frank Jackson and U.S. Attorney Stephen Dettelbach held a press conference to announce the 11 members appointed to the selection panel that will decide the 10 representatives of the City of Cleveland Police Commission.
This is the first step in our reform effort, to really the execution, implementation of reform in Cleveland. And to do that, we had to select a panel that we believe that would be very good in selecting the commission, who will have a significant role in the reform as we move forward over the next four years.
I will say that I think that the mayor has done an excellent job. This is a truly, truly fantastic group. It is one that is both representative of our community as a whole, but also draws from the best in accomplishment and leadership from our community as a whole.
The selection panel will decide on 10 of the 13 members of the Cleveland Police Commission. The commission is part of the agreement between the city and the U.S. Department of Justice. For more information, visit the City of Cleveland blog at clecityhall.com and check out the TV20 YouTube channel to watch the press conference in its entirety. The Cleveland Division of Police recently held a press conference to discuss the launching of the Community Engagement Survey in regards to the body-worn camera system.
We feel that the electronic surveys will give us the opportunity to reach the masses that weren't able to come to meetings, that have not seen the public campaign on television, so we can reach out to folks locally, regionally, nationally, internationally, and get their feedback.
We believe that this survey will provide some great feedback that will strengthen the policy and make it even better. We have already gotten some great feedback from the in-person meetings. We go to the community meetings that have already taken place, and we're going to continue to have those community meetings where people will be able to provide feedback on the policy and ask questions of the department.
The project manager for the City of Cleveland, Larry Jones, touched on the body camera system and how it benefits the citizens of our city.
When I think about the body-worn cameras and kind of the public access that it provides, it not only recreates that story, but it kind of tells that story not only from the officer's perspective, but also that interaction that the citizen had. So whether it was a traffic stop that you feel like, you know, something wasn't quite right there, that video is now available. So previously, if you went to the Office of Professional Standards and filed a complaint, it was pretty much your word versus the officer. But now with these cameras in place, it now tells that third-party story.
The survey will be posted for 30 days at surveymonkey.com, as well as the Cleveland Division of Police Facebook page, and will then be evaluated to collect the proper data needed. Since 1916, Odie has been manufacturing high-quality products for the plumbing industry right here in Cleveland and strives to offer innovative solutions for customers. A groundbreaking ceremony recently took place to unveil the new Odie corporate offices located on Emerald Parkway. Mayor Frank Jackson came together with other civic leaders to discuss the impact this will have in our city.
I ran across a group of employees, some developmentally disabled employees who were the happiest employees that I ever saw. And they were happy because the Odie company had given them an opportunity. So that tells you not only that they've chosen Cleveland and that they're good corporate citizens, but it tells you about their personality and their character.
We're making this commitment to our employees, our customers, and the city of Cleveland. We consolidate 3 buildings into one, and this will improve the work environment for our people. We hope that, we assume it will foster a higher level of creativity and allow for improved problem solving and more collaboration face to face.
I finally figured out the real secret. It's a product line right out of professional wrestling. That's right, that's right. How can you not be successful with products like the Haymaker, Real Tough, Mega Lock, Pro Dope, Lug, Sizzle, Blotto, and my personal favorite, the Sludgehammer.
The Director of Economic Development for the City of Cleveland, Tracy Nichols, spoke to us about her appreciation for the company and how it's an asset to our community.
This is a company that cares about Cleveland, who's made this commitment. They're bringing another 120 jobs here to this site. They're going to be continuing to expand, and it's just a company, as the mayor said, where everybody loves to work. And we did a tour, and every single person who was there said how much they like to work for the company. You don't find that too often, and I got to tell you, it was a very, very rewarding day for us. So thank you, Odie, for making a commitment to Cleveland.
For additional information, visit odie.com and stay tuned for the full groundbreaking ceremony. Mayor Frank Jackson recently presented a retirement proclamation to the manager of special events for the City of Cleveland, Tangi Johnson, for all of her efforts made in her 11 years with the department.
I was the manager of special events. I oversee the steering committee. I attend most of the major events that we have just to make sure that people are following the city's guidelines and the guidelines that the special events department or section has given them to follow.
As we continue into the summer months, the temperature and humidity are on the rise. Senior citizens are often most vulnerable to drastic temperature changes. Some tips to consider are to stay out of direct sunlight, limit physical activity, drink plenty of water, avoid caffeine, and wear loose-fitting clothing. Warning signs of a heat stroke include fainting, nausea, fast pulse rate, and flushed skin. No one should be in a parked car for any period of time. If you'd like to receive a copy of the Summer Heat Information Booklet, contact the Department of Aging at 216-664-2833 and visit the City of Cleveland's website for additional information. The Uniforms for Kids bus is coming to a CMSD school near you. One uniform will be provided for each student. A parent or caregiver must show proof, whether it be a report card or a student assignment document, that the student is enrolled in a CMSD school for the 2015-16 school year. Donate gently used uniforms to Donate to Uniforms for Kids and get a discount on any items purchased. Proceeds from all sales will be donated to Uniforms for Kids to restock the bus. For more information, call 216-838-3223 and check out the CMSD website at clevelandmetroschools.org. And speaking of schools, when we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll see how students are going to have fun while learning this summer with CMSD TV reporter Shannon Kantner.
The first time you ride the RTA Health Line to University Circle, you may wonder, what should I do with my bag? Can I put it on the seat next to me? What if someone wants to sit there? Will they just scooch it over? Ask me to move it? Is there a please move your bag signal that I'm unaware of? Maybe my bag is taking someone's regular seat. Maybe I'm taking someone's regular seat. Did I just set off a regular seat chain reaction and now everyone's mad at me? Or is this my regular seat? Yeah, I could get used to this. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. RTA, get ready to ride.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
School has been out for summer, but that doesn't mean learning is out too. The annual Closing the Achievement Gap Summer Bridge Camp offers 7th through 9th grade boys a hands-on high school experience to prepare them for the transition when school begins again. Our CMSD reporter Shannon Cantner spent a day at the camp and shows us how they're spending the summer preparing for fall.
CTAG's a targeted intervention for a targeted population, which happens to be male students of color in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. And our focus is on students who, as 8th graders, exhibited certain risk factors. They maybe had a tough time getting to school on time regularly. They didn't do too well in maybe some of their core classes. They might be overage for that grade level, or they had, maybe behavioral issues that resulted in days of suspension. So the Summer Bridge program is an opportunity to get an early look at those students and have them see who we are, so that their first time in a building, they know somebody.
The Closing the Achievement Gap camp started right when the school year ended. It runs Tuesday through Thursday from 8:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Students are offered many workshops, breakfast and lunch, open gym time, and a weekly excursion.
They go and they talk about core values that are important for young people to have in order to be successful. They help them understand the importance of networking, how to, appropriately introduce yourself. And then they also talk a lot about, cultural diversity and the good part about people being different.
The leaders you follow is going to be the most important, so we're going to follow people because they're doing the right thing, right?
We've also brought in an individual who works with life skill development, making good choices, good decision making, that sort of thing. This year we had the pleasure of running into a group of young men who are operating their own video gaming business. They're young guys, probably in their early 20s. So we thought it was a good combination to kind of build a bridge between entrepreneurship and something that they're all into, which is that video gaming. So they get to talk to those guys about how they develop their business, and then they also get some time to play the latest video games. This year we had the Tai Chi class, which was a new venture for us. So, jury's still out on Tai Chi, but it's a good, I think, program to help students learn how to kind of relax, find that inner self, if you will. Oh, and then we have our partnership with Tri-C, which is the robotics program, so the students have an opportunity to get some STEM experience, and they build their own robots, and they get to show it off at the end, and then they get to keep the robot that they built.
Helping them build their skills are linkage coordinators, offering students guidance as life coaches and mentors.
Well, it means you have an opportunity to give back to the community, to stand as a role model for young men that oftentimes don't have the right role models in their lives. An opportunity to just lead, to build relationships with them, so when they come into the high school, they'll have someone they know already. But aside from that, we also know that they're going to encounter some new things in high school as it relates to new responsibilities, new distractions, new social situations, new emotions. So how do they go about dealing with all of these new and different things? So we try and give them a head start and making them more aware of this is what you can anticipate in a couple of months from now, and this is how you should go about things. So it also gives us opportunity to develop ambassadors or leaders in the schools.
And 8th grader Fate Williams is well on his way. After just a couple of weeks in the camp, he's already learned a very important lesson.
Life isn't about
like all your disappointments. It's all about stuff that you do right instead of stuff you do wrong.
It's a mindset that CTAG leaders hope students will keep with them as they progress, and they'll be there every step of the way to make sure that happens.
Our primary goal is to get to know who these young men are, where they're going, establish a line of communications with their parents that we can utilize from now until the time that they graduate, and keep them moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Shannon. The camp ended in late June with a robotics competition and a graduation ceremony. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll get an update on how our sports teams are doing with reporter Christian Patterson.
Downtown Cleveland.
You know, when the transition from Manhattan apartment to a downtown Cleveland apartment, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Made me feel Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Christian Patterson, and here's a look at what's going on in sports. The Cleveland Indians, Procter & Gamble, and Team Smile offered free dental care and hygiene instructions to a large group of underserved youth from the city of Cleveland. Here's more with the event headed by Team Smile.
Today we have about 140 volunteers, and we're going to be seeing about 300 children from the Boys and Girls Club to provide about $150,000 worth of free dental care. It's called Team Smile, and it's a national charity organization that brings dental health care professionals and professional sports teams together to provide free dental care for underserved children.
Now, this is the second year Team Smile has partnered with the Cleveland Indians for a successful oral health event.
So the Boys and Girls Clubs are such amazing partners that we have had such great numbers of kids coming back. We have about the same, about 300 this year compared to last year, maybe a little bit more. But we are so proud that we are seeing that many children in one day.
Now, as we know, children can sometimes be afraid of going to the dentist. Team Smile and the Cleveland Indians are changing that fear by turning Progressive Fields Terrace Club into a party atmosphere.
It can be a scary experience, but that's sort of what we're trying to do here, is sort of like disarm them, get them excited, and, you know, make it fun for them. So,
by partnering with professional sports organizations, Team Smile creates an experience that develops bonds between children's organizations, oral health professionals, surrounding communities, and the athletes that solidify the message that oral health care is vitally important to long-term health.
I think it's extremely important for the Indians to give back to the community. Positively impacting the community is actually one of our guiding commitments at the Cleveland Indians. So this is something that's core to who we are. And our ownership team, through the Dolans, they're very passionate about this community. So it's just a very big part of our culture, and we believe firmly in giving back to the community and engaging our staff and doing the work as well.
Ron Soder, the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland, is a huge supporter of this Team Smile initiative. More than 300 kids from his clubs around Cleveland are checked and educated by dental professionals each year. Mr. Soder experiences the impact of this event firsthand.
Hopefully in the communications and the awareness it builds, it really gives a really positive message about the importance of oral care and dental care, and hopefully our families understand that. You know, we had to get parental consent, so, you know, with the 325 kids, we probably talked to over 200 families to get, you know, parental consent, and, you know, to talk about the dental day and give them some information. Hopefully that'll become part of their everyday routine. So what I hope happens is through this, there's a groundswell that people will take better care of their mouth, their teeth, see the dentist on a regular basis, and do it more in a preventative way, where it doesn't impact their life for a long time.
With a quarterback competition heating up in the Cleveland Browns training camp, and a former quarterback, Terrell Pryor, trying to make the squad as a wide receiver, the Browns offense is still skeptical. But one thing for sure, the Cleveland Browns are set to enter the 2015 season with the highest paid defense in the league. The defense is responsible for 54% of the payroll compared to 42% of the payroll, which is committed to the offensive side of the ball. The Browns have devoted $82.1 million to their defense for the coming season compared to $64.25 million on offense, according to a report from Sports Illustrated. The Browns have one of the highest paid secondaries, where Joe Hayden and Dante Whitner combined to make nearly $22 million next season. Hayden is the team's highest paid player, while Whitner is third. Hopefully, the franchise will receive a great return on investment this season from the defense, because the offense is expected to struggle yet again. The 2015 ESPY Awards were nothing short of amazing. Countless awards were given to deserving athletes, and although the Cleveland Cavaliers did not win the 2015 NBA Finals, LeBron James was granted a much-deserved award. LeBron James's performance in the NBA Finals was domineering. He even received votes for the NBA Finals MVP despite losing in Game 6. Even when a player has the best performance, they're rarely awarded the MVP in a losing effort. That changed when LeBron James won the ESPY for Best Championship Performance. He may not have won a championship for Cleveland just yet, but we will always remember he gave his best effort while nearly averaging a triple-double in the NBA Finals. Cleveland native and the new IBF lightweight world champion Mickey Bay Jr. recently returned to Cleveland and made a stop by Cleveland City Hall, where he was honored and given a proclamation by Mayor Frank Jackson. Here's a snippet from our sit-down interview. Talk about being honored today by Mayor Frank Jackson, the mayor of Cleveland, in your hometown.
To be honest, that's an even bigger accomplishment for me than winning the world title, because this is something that's can influence a lot of people in the city that I grew up in, and this is beyond boxing. Like, I can't box forever, so you know, somebody like Mayor Jackson is somebody that I look up to and aspire to be like when I'm finished. Even while I'm fighting, but mainly when I'm finished, to look and see what kind of person I just want to be in general.
Make sure you check our TV20 schedule next week for a look at the full interview on Christian's Eye on Cleveland, right here on TV20. Well, that's all I have for your TV20 weekly sports wrap-up. When we return from break, we'll have more with Leah.
The first time you're waiting to ride RTA downtown, you may wonder, am I at the right stop? Is the bus coming? What time is it? Is this an okay place to wait? Should I ask that guy? This is heading downtown, right? I should check my schedule. I should recheck my watch, and the route sign, and my phone, my pass, my watch, my bag, and this biscotti. Yikes, how old is that biscotti? And oh, here's my bus, and it's on time. And look, it's stopping. And I could get used to this. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. RTA, get ready to ride.
The College Now Resource Center is here to help adult learners and traditional students achieve their educational goals. 65% of open jobs in Ohio require higher education, but only 39% of adults have at least an associate's degree.
I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. College Now opened so many doors for me and helped me through the process.
College Now provides free counseling on college planning, career training, financial aid, and student loan consolidation. It's never too late to take control of your future, so stop into the College Now Resource Center today.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. A lot has happened in the city of Cleveland over the last few weeks, and here are a few top stories in case you missed it. In a landmark ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court, it is now legal in all 50 states for anyone, no matter their gender or sexual orientation, to marry the people they love. To honor this achievement, members of Cleveland City Council joined Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown and dozens of supporters and community leaders on the steps of City Hall to celebrate this remarkable moment in history.
This is such an incredible day for all of us. Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, we believe in human rights. The arc of history this week, as Dr. King would say, is bending a little more towards justice. We had a Supreme Court that made the right decision on housing discrimination, a Supreme Court that did the right thing on the Affordable Care Act, and now the Supreme Court that did the right thing finally on treating our brothers and sisters equally all across the country. So what a terrific day.
I've learned that you listen to people, you listen to each other, you talk to each other, you find the common ground where you can work together, and that common ground will bring you to a higher ground. Woo. And so we are here today proud as members of Cleveland City Council to say marriage equality is the law of the land in the United States of America.
You have sent a signal throughout this nation that Ohio will lead to make sure that the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution applies to same-sex couples. And it now does.
The Gloria Pointer Foundation and Riddall Green Partnership are back for their second installment of the Toy Gun Buyback. Community leaders in partnership with City of Cleveland Police would like for kids to turn in their toy guns, because even toy guns can lead to tragic consequences.
The toy gun buyback is important. As you know, in the city, we've had some tragedies recently involving toy weapons. Also, it's just a cultural event in which we're trying to change the culture and the mindset of young people. It starts with youth playing with toy guns, pointing toy guns, or mistaking real guns for toys.
The dangers of all guns are real and can cause serious harm. Community leaders are hoping for events like this toy gun buyback to start a ripple effect that will captivate young people all over to give up their guns.
If we can get it in the mind of one child that guns don't kill, people with guns kill, and we don't want the children to act as if they're going to start playing with guns as kids, then that's going to make them want them as adults.
Youth, along with their guardian, had the chance to exchange toy or replica guns for educational comic books, $25 Dave's Supermarket gift cards, and other prizes, in an effort to educate and raise awareness in the Cleveland community.
We're changing children's futures. We're buying guns back from children to say that you could create a new reality.
And creating a new reality is vital for our youth. Providing alternatives where they can use their creativity and imagination will take them much further in life. All right, so we've had a nice amount of toy guns given back today. Could you go a little bit more in depth on what the guns will be used for?
Yes, we really believe that we want to have people dig deeper into the way they're thinking. And instead of just resolving conflict with a gun, that there's lots of creative ways to resolve conflict. And we want to teach people how to dig within. And the best way we can think to do that is to do a call for artists where we ask people to turn themselves into their creativity and to be able to design works of art that demonstrate their beliefs about anti-gun violence.
Cleveland School of the Arts is a performing arts magnet school in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. CSA is widely known for their amazing talents of their students, but they also excel in academics. Construction of the brand new school is on schedule to open this fall. Here's TV20 reporter Christian Patterson with more on this.
Opened in 1981, Cleveland School of the Arts has since been a staple in the University Circle community. The new building will end a 6-year construction delay in which students were relocated to the empty Harry E. Davis Junior High School.
And the new building really brings a great opportunity for us to bring purpose to our programming, to our curriculum, and to our students. You know, the Harry E. Davis building where the students were housed for the last 6 years was not built as an arts school. We finally have a building that is built for artists. And so it's really exciting that our students can live every day as artists at their school.
Deputy Chief of Capital Projects, Gary Sauter, explains some of the unique concepts added to this new building.
Well, we have a lot of glass, and the gray panels are zinc. It's a zinc panel, which is different, and that will change color over time as it ages. So we're going to have landscaping. We have a lot more glass than you would see on a typical building. The original building had a mural that was built on the wall. We digitized that, and that's going to be reproduced in one of the stairwells and lit at night, so people traveling down the highway will see that. So it's going to exude something different and something artsy.
Cleveland School of the Arts excels in academics. They boast that 96% of CSA students graduate and 99% attend institutions of higher learning. And CSA students have the highest attendance rates, OGT and OAT test scores, graduation and college acceptance rates in the district. With all the achievements that students and staff have reached, it certainly warrants a new building in return.
The students deserve this. They have worked hard. And the student body here is really great. It's a great school with great staff members and great students, and so they really deserve this building. And I just hope that I know that with our new artistic director that programs will go up as well as buildings.
The School of the Arts offers a college prep education and pre-professional arts program in 3 areas of study, including performing arts, visual arts, and literary arts. Bridging the arts and academics is the goal of new head of school, John Lapelli.
So one thing that we're really excited about is to connect our arts faculty and our academic faculty and really think about student assessment in a different way. So in a visual arts class, an assessment might be a product that a student produces. And so we want to make that connection, or in a theater or a dance class, it would be a performance. We want to make those connections to our academic courses as well. So we're going to be really embarking on a year of student-centered learning, despite content, despite classes, where all teachers are thinking about how students demonstrate that learning in the same way.
The brand new School of the Arts building is set to open August 17th, and everything is on schedule.
Your weekend can start early on Wednesdays in the heart of University Circle for Wade Oval Wednesdays, which include free concerts from great local acts. Here's our TV20 intern Gary Galbraith with more.
How you feeling, Cleveland family? Yeah.
Wade Oval Wednesday 2015 Summer Parties is back. Right here I'm standing with President of University Circle Incorporated, Chris Ronayne. So Chris, could you please tell us a little bit of history of Wade Oval Wednesday?
Sure, Gary. You know, Cleveland's a great festival town, and we're a great rock and roll town. We're a great music town, generally. The history of this, we harken back a bit to the old parties in the parks. Happened in the old days right in front of City Hall on the malls. People like to come out and enjoy a night of summer music and fun. The concert's free thanks to the CAC and PNC Bank, but Cuyahoga Arts and Culture is one of our big sponsors, and Medical Mutual of Ohio as well. And because of them, they make it free to families, friends from all over. Bring a picnic basket, bring a blanket, and have dinner like I'm going to do with my family tonight. And you know, when you look out over this oval, this is Cleveland. I always say this is Cleveland, you know. It's the greatest mosaic of people from all over our neighborhoods and all over the region. And that's what people come out to and enjoy. They enjoy their neighbors.
And I like it because it's all different cultures of people. There's lots of activities and things for the children. There's a lot of different vendors, different types of foods you can try. And it's a really, really nice thing to look forward to on Wednesday nights.
There's always something fun to do in the city of Cleveland, and here's a list of activities and events coming up to enjoy. Aha Forever Productions recently hosted their first annual Painting in the Park Family Fun Day at Lincoln Park in Tremont. The event brought families from around the community together to see artwork and crafts from many local artists, with an emphasis on helping children learn the importance of art.
I wanted to create an event that children and families can come out, just enjoy themselves together, be able to paint, to bring different artists, where kids can just enjoy art. We don't want to lose art. I love art. That is the whole premise about this, is we are all artists and we just display our art in different ways. And so today is about really showcasing your art, your God-given talents. We have different artists in Cleveland, some talented artists, that are here just volunteering their time. They paint different pictures, they sell different artwork, they also sell different pieces. So you just have a number of different vendors and artists that are coming together to display their talents.
I own the company of J-Bands Headbands, which I make headbands for $10, handmade, and I donate a portion of the proceeds to the Alive on Purpose Suicide Prevention Organization and the Children's Hunger Alliance. There's like all the stores I go to, there's no headbands there that I see, and so I decided to why not make my own, and I could have anyone's.
The Division of Recreation recently announced that it has been granted permission from the Cleveland Foundation to utilize the remaining $42,000 from last year's Recreation Extended Hours program. These funds will keep 4 recreation centers open Wednesday through Saturday until 11 p.m. through August 1st. Those centers include Lonnie Burton, Zelma George, Cadell, and Glenville. There will be security on hand at the rec centers, and curfew law will be enforced. For additional information, visit City Hall's blog at clecityhall.com. If you'd like to see more of these stories in their entirety, tune in to TV20's Around Town and just check our schedule for times. That's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Bottom Line Up Front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.
Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland are committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and green through the use of the city-issued trash and recycling carts. It's safe, convenient, and mandatory. For more information, contact the Cleveland Division of Waste Collection at 216-664-3717.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day, more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. Learn more at hsf.net.